Grow your cleaning business. Make more money. Have more time. This is the Profit Cleaners Podcast with your hosts, Brandon Condry and Brandon Shane.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Profit Cleaners Podcast, the only place where you can learn from the top 1% of cleaning business owners from around the world to take it to the next level and win. Guys, I got a quick show for you today, just to want to throw some nuggets of wisdom your way because I know you guys are out there hustling in the economy and the crazy business world, being an entrepreneur. It's tough out there. And so I just wanted to share some insight, some wisdom, some things that have really helped me in the past and even recently to just change my mindset. And as you guys know, most of business, being an entrepreneur, it's 99% mindset or 90-some percent mindset at least. It's very much a mental game, right? Just like it is in sports. Being an entrepreneur, you are looking to become the Olympic athlete of your arena, of your niche, of your market. So we need to think like Olympic athletes, right? We need to think differently. So I wanted to just share something that came up in our group recently in the Facebook group. Once again, if you guys haven't joined the Facebook group, it's free. Head over to profitcleaners.com/Facebook. There's over 10,000 people in that group. We talk about stuff. We help answer your questions. We also have our private mastermind group, which is different. That's if we're coaching and helping you through on that program. But essentially, guys, somebody asked recently, just this week in the group, and I see these questions often, and I just wanted to go through this question, guys, because I want you guys to think bigger in 2025, right? Instead of thinking, oh, I'm just a victim of the economy or, making excuses of why you're not where you want to be. Let's start thinking differently, and let's dive into it. Okay, so somebody was asking, hey, it's 2025. How do I grow my cleaning business? The economy is crazy. It's crazy out there in general. How do I do this, right? And how am I gonna be able to do this when everything's against me? Is what this person felt like, at least, right? So, first of all, guys, focus on what you can control. Right? There's no sense in focusing on things outside of your control, the economy, who's going to be president, who's, whatever it is, who's making these major laws at different levels. And that's not going to really be anything you can control in your business, in your, the mini economy that you're creating in your local market, right? So instead, focus on what you can control. Okay. You can't control the economy, but you can control your own economy, your own life. The money that you're generating in your own local town. That is something you can control. And you can also control your attitude, right? Having a positive attitude and mindset and going after these things with positivity and with, forethought and intention of, I'm going to go out and create something great. I'm going to go serve people. I'm going to go solve a real problem. That's what entrepreneurs do. You're a professional problem solver. So you need to get really good at looking at problems as opportunities, right? If the economy is crazy, or if things are happening locally and you're like, what do I do about it? Those are problems. See those as opportunities. Most people look at them as problems, right? So your entrepreneur mindset should shift to like, wow, I like problems because problems mean money, means opportunity, means I can solve something that most people are going to look away from. They're going to want to run away from it, right? So I want to share a quote with you guys real quick. So Jim Rohn, if you guys don't know who Jim Rohn is, one of the OG success coaches. He actually coached Tony Robbins back in the day. He's no longer with us, but I still love reading his books, listening to his audio and everything like that. Really, really inspirational guy. One of my favorite quotes from Jim Rohn is, don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems, wish for more skills. Don't wish for less challenge, wish for more wisdom. I'm going to say that one more time, guys. That was a powerful quote. Don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems, wish for more skills. Don't wish for less challenge, wish for more wisdom. That's Jim Rohn. So, guys, one of the questions we got in this group, in the Facebook group in the past week, someone was asking, hey, I have this 8,000 square foot house. We're going to do a post-construction clean on, or I think that was the case. It was a big old house. They said one of my competitors quoted them $150 to do the whole job, which is insane, right? This job should be hundreds of dollars, if not over $1,000 to clean a huge house like that, right? So this person is getting in their own head, right? They're like, oh my gosh, people are charging way less than me. Should I do it for less? Should I just come in and do it for $100 or $152, right? And just, compete on price, which is basically what they're asking, right? And so the answer is, guys, no, absolutely not. You should not just take whatever you can get and fight over the scraps and have like a limiting belief that you can only get so much money for the work you're doing, right? So instead, think bigger, okay? Create your own economy. Stop worrying about what other people are doing. Stop worrying about what your competition is doing, and focus on your goals, on your vision. And when you guys are doing this, when you're outworking everyone in the market, you don't have any competition, believe it or not. You dominate the market, and the competition really is irrelevant because you're so focused on your big goals and your bigger vision, right? Most people are just going to be mediocre. Most of your competition's mediocre. That's why they're probably charging $100 for a huge house, because that's ridiculous. They don't value their own services, right? So should you take a job like that and compete and drop your prices? Absolutely not. I would even say in the beginning, when you're just getting started, maybe if you want to get the experience and you want to get a review out of it, but maybe go for something a little easier, right? Not a humongous house. It's like 8 houses combined, right? But you really have to start thinking, guys, as an entrepreneur, if you want to do this, if you want to win in this game, you got to start thinking differently, right? And you have to guard your time. Guarding your time and not just saying yes to everything. First of all, when you say no to something, okay, you're actually saying yes to something else. And when you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else, right? So if you took this job, you're way underpaying yourself, you're not even making a profit, you're saying no to another job tomorrow that's more profitable. And there's always going to be another job tomorrow, guys. So stop thinking in these limiting beliefs, these limiting ways of thinking where you're like, this is all I can get, right? This is the only, if I should just take what I can get, right? Instead of doing that, say no, which means you're actually going to open up more opportunities tomorrow for a real paying customer where you can be really profitable, right? And you can actually establish maybe a recurring client instead of just a one-time post-construction thing, right? So I would absolutely recommend this person, and this is what I said in their post, absolutely not. Don't do that. Guard your time. When you guard your time, it makes you more scarce and more in demand, believe it or not. People want to work with people that are scarce and in demand. So make yourself scarce and in demand. Don't make yourself available to everyone at all points, at all times, in all markets, right? Be more specific on who you serve and be more limited, right? This is going to make you more valuable. So guys, remember, you're a business, you're not a charity. So going into this year, you guys want to crush it, you want to conquer and make an amazing business in 2025, you got to start saying no to the jobs and things that aren't going to serve you, to the clients that aren't going to be a good fit, right? You should know exactly who your customer avatars are, who is your ideal client, and only focus on those people. The people that are outliers, that want the one-time cleans, or that are not your recurring customers, that are not ideal customers, don't focus on them. Keep those spots available for your best customers, right? So ultimately, what we talk a lot about in the coaching, the program, the course, guys, is creating your own blue ocean. There's a whole book on this, Blue Ocean Strategy. But think of it this way, guys. I'm going to put this concept and just round it up really quickly for you guys. So think of like you're out in an ocean, right? You're in an ocean. Somebody throws a piece of scrap out to the ocean. The sharks start feeding on it, right? And it becomes a red ocean. Everyone's fighting over the scraps. The same sharks are fighting over the scraps. Instead, what you want to do is create a blue ocean, compete in the category of one, all on your own, not competing on the same price, the same services, the same thing everyone else is competing on. Create your own blue ocean strategy, which is doing something better and different from everyone else, right? Differentiating yourself and competing on value instead of price. We talked about this a lot in the mastermind. You've probably heard me mention it before, but it's worth repeating. Okay. Don't compete, dominate. Grant Cardone said that. Don't compete, but dominate and make your own economy. Okay. In 2025, don't worry about what the economy is doing or who's president or what's going on. You have the power to focus on what you can control. And guys, there's people out there right now that want your services, and you just have to focus on every day doubling down on what's working, building better systems, and getting in front of those people that are your ideal customers. And when you do that, okay, you are going to find those customers, you are going to be more focused, and you're going to be a lot more profitable and a lot more successful than just taking whatever you can get, right, and fighting over the scraps in the red ocean. Don't do that. Another quote I want to share with you guys. Business opportunities are like buses. There's always another one coming. That's Richard Branson. Business opportunities are like buses. There's always another one coming. This is what I was saying earlier in the podcast, guys. There's always going to be another opportunity tomorrow. There's always going to be another cleaning customer. to get in front of. So if you're working with someone that's, just wanting a one-time clean, or they're not really your ideal customer, more often than not, it's going to hurt you to take on that customer. So get used to saying no to people, and it's okay. You got to make your own decisions in your business. You got to figure out how aggressive you want to be with this. But I'm just saying, a lot of you are getting stuck and trapped in, getting these jobs that aren't paying you enough. You're not asking your value. You're not valuing your own services, right? So remember, there's always, always, always a solution to every problem. And you, as an entrepreneur, are a professional problem solver. Okay, so remember, there's always going to be more customers tomorrow. So don't bury yourself in the weeds and trying to just help please everybody, right? If you're speaking to everyone, you're speaking to no one. It's a great phrase from copywriting that I learned in my marketing over the years. If you're trying to please everyone, you're pleasing no one. So start focusing on who you want to serve in 2025. Focus on that customer, charge the prices, and get the value where you want to be. Like, build your systems, your training, everything that we're going to help you with if you don't have this in place already. Get those systems in place. The thing you need to be focusing on creating is, number one, a high quality cleaning, a consistent high quality cleaning. That is your product, right? So this is where all of your systems come in for hiring great people, training them, the best products, the best processes. So you guys are efficient and you're profitable. And it's a great experience for your customer, right? It's not just about the cleaning. It's about how you make people feel. How do you answer the phone? How do your teams interact? What do you guys do in between cleans, after the clean, the follow-up? How do you nurture your customers, right? And how do they feel working with you? So if you guys can focus on those two things and dial in your systems for both of those two areas in 2025, you are going to literally outwork your competition, okay? And if you can outwork your competition, you're going to leave them in the dust. There is no competition. They become obsolete because you guys are always 6 months or a year ahead in your mentality and your thinking, right? And taking action. So most businesses don't have systems. Most businesses they have processes maybe, but they haven't documented them. They haven't created systems out of them. They aren't repeatable and duplicatable so that they can be consistent, right? So this is what you want to create for your customers, your teams. And when you do this, guys, you truly will dominate your market because there's no comparison, right? And this is what your goal should be, is to not be like every other cleaning business out there, but instead to stand out and to shine and to differentiate and make people go, wow, that was different. Like, that was really interesting. I like working with that company. I like the way I feel talking to that company or working with those folks, right? So that's the goal. Don't compete, dominate, and build value instead of competing on price. So going back to this Facebook post and the community, guys, instead of what this person was asking, should I just compete on price? Should I just lower my prices and take this job and charge $100 like everyone else is charging? Absolutely not. Value your services, value what you're doing, and charge, your goal should actually be to charge the highest prices in the market eventually, because this is going to set you guys apart as the premium price point. People associate price with the best. Like, the highest price is probably the best. So you should work on improving your systems, improving your processes, improving the experience so that it is so top notch that you guys can be the top priced product in your market. Nobody will question it. In fact, people will go, that's different. These guys must be the best. They must be doing something different, which is going to be all the systems, the experience, all the things you guys are building into your business to make you the best, most professional cleaners in the world, the most professional, highly organized business doing the cleaning, all that stuff on the back end that people will talk about, right? They will say, wow, that was amazing. And they'll share it with their friends. That's a real statistic, guys. Three people are 3 times more likely to share your business if you make them say wow. So start getting your customers to say wow. Start over delivering. It doesn't have to be reducing your price. That's the last thing you should do. It should be adding more value through experience, through other things that are intangibles that make people say, yes, this is more valuable. These people are more reliable. They're using better products. They have better people, better training. I just love the professionalism, the systems they have. I'm going to pay more money for that, right? So that's the goal, guys. So focus on that in your systems. And remember, guys, people want to buy. Your clients out there looking for cleaning services, they have a problem they need solved. They want to buy. They don't want to be sold. But they're buying not just your product, they're buying the fact that you believe in your product. So when they're talking to you, and I highly recommend you guys don't automate your sales process and just give people automatic quotes on your website. talk to us on a strategy call. We'll go more into it. But essentially, guys, you're missing a huge opportunity there, because people want to hear that you believe in your product. Why do you believe in your product? Why are you guys the best? What is your mission? What is your value proposition and your impact? When people call you and say, hey, so-and-so, the competitors, and like, instead of bad-mouthing your competitors, which is a sign of weakness, instead talk about your vision. Talk about what you guys are working on, what makes you better and different, and what makes you unique, and like this amazing vision. Get emotional. Like when you tell your customers, this is what makes us truly remarkable, and you're going to love it. And you have to have so much belief in your product that people are actually not buying your product. They're buying your belief in your product. So you need to translate that to your teams. If you're doing those sales calls, you have to believe so much in your product, and you probably do as a founder of your company. But as soon as you start delegating that role to your teams, make sure that your team believes wholeheartedly in what your product is doing, and the impact it's making in people's lives, and how it's changing their lives, giving them time back to spend with their family and their kids, and do the more important things in life. And when they really believe that, when they resonate with that the customer, the prospect on the other end will feel that, and that's what they're actually buying, guys. And I want to leave you guys with this. One of my coaches, Ed Milet, talks about this all the time, but he says facts tell and stories sell. So instead of talking about the facts so much, guys, we're the best cleaning service, we do this, this, and this is how we clean, we use these products, those are all great facts, but it doesn't actually tell me why. There's no compelling story there. So instead, tell your story, guys. Tell your story of why you started the cleaning business, what you're doing in the local community to impact people, how you're changing people's lives, how it's changed your life, your team's life, your client's life. Get emotional about it and tell that story. And really, give people that's what they're going to actually buy. They're not going to buy the cleaning, and they're actually going to buy that story and the fact that you believe so much in the cleaning that it's going to change their life and give them time back and change, all these great things in their life. That's what they're actually going to buy. So make sure, at the end of the day, it's not about price. It's not about just who can do it for the cheapest, but, say no to those customers and say yes to the customers that are going to understand the value you're bringing, right? And, be patient to find the right customers. It's also going to save you a lot of time and money on the back end, right? So want to leave you guys with that. Truly, you need to believe in your product. If you're charging peanuts for your product, it means you don't really value your product, right? Unless you're just going after the review strategy, which we do, and we give away free cleans to build reviews. You can do that from time to time, but don't undersell your product. Add value instead of discounting your products, right? Facts tell, stories sell. So want to leave you guys with that today. As you're starting out the new year in 2025, be encouraged. Know that it is totally in your control. Focus with all your effort on what you can control and not what you can't control. Make your own economy in 2025. Remove the limiting beliefs, the fear, the doubt. It reminds me of that Matrix episode when Neo gets kicked by the guy, and he tells him, he's like, you're faster than this, you're better than this, right? If you guys remember the Matrix movies. But I'm thinking of that scene where he's basically telling him, hey, Neo, like, you're better, you're faster than this. Remove the fear, remove the doubt, remove all the limiting beliefs. And I want to encourage you guys with that as well. That's how you guys are going to become confident in 2025, is remove those limiting beliefs. Stop discounting your services, stop undervaluing your value and your services, and believe in it. Believe in it more, believe in what you're doing, the impact and the change you're creating in your lives, of yourself, your community, all the people around you. Just want to leave you guys with that. So little quicker podcast today, but anyways, guys, that's it. Make your own economy, think bigger in 2025, and get out there and get after it. Massive action is what's going to change your business, guys. So we'll see you guys on the next podcast. We've got some really amazing episodes coming up for you guys, so stay tuned. If you guys are getting value from the show, leave us a review, like the podcast, share it out. Let us know what you guys think. We'd love your feedback. Send us an email at hello@profitcleaners.com. If you guys want to book a call with me and my team, strategize, growing your cleaning business, taking it to the next level, we would love to talk to you and help you out with this. So book a call with me and my team. Go watch the masterclass at profitcleaners.com/masterclass. There's the 10-15 minute video on there. You can learn a lot more about what we're doing here, and book a call with me and my team, and we'll dive into strategizing, growing your business with you in 2025. Lots of amazing things on the horizon, guys. So jump in, invest in yourself. No one can ever take that investment away from you. Invest in your business, and we'll see you guys on the other side. Be great, keep it clean in 2025.
Thanks for joining us today. To get more info, including show notes, updates, trainings, and super cool free stuff, head over to ProfitCleaners.com. And remember, keep it clean.